Well, December 7th, 1941 is a day that will forever live in infamy. It is the day the Japanese launched a sudden and surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, killing more than 2,000 Americans and drawing the U.S. into World War II. So that was 79 years ago today. But Mel Smith remembers it like it was yesterday. The Pinellas Park resident is 102 years old. And back then, he was a young welder working the overnight shift near Pearl Harbor. And he's one of the few remaining survivors to ever witness the entire event. And tonight he shares his story with Fox 13's Jennifer Holton.
It's been 79 years, but Mel Smith can still smell the battleships burning in Pearl Harbor.
So much smoke from the burning ships and the oil in the harbor, you could hardly see the ships in there anymore.
History knows December 7th, 1941 is the day that would live in infamy. Smith lived it.
We froze like the tracks. We couldn't believe what we were watching.
He was 23, working as a civilian welder on a government contract in Hawaii. He had just arrived on the island 4 days prior.
I got there Wednesday. I worked Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on day shift.
He just finished the overnight shift on Sunday, minutes before the Japanese surprise attack began.
We came out of the tunnel at 7:55, and here the plane was just coming out, just descending down to mast height. On all our fleet, we could see down here in the harbor. They sunk 6 battleships in about 15 minutes.
Smith says the pilots were flying so low you could nearly see the whites of their eyes.
These planes come at us just about eye level, and we all hit the ground. But he veered off to the left and went on to his target. He was after the military target.
Targets the Japanese took no mercy upon. The attackers destroyed 20 ships and more than 300 airplanes. 2,403 were killed. In the hours after, Smith and his friends volunteered to dig graves for them.
You know, they didn't have the refrigeration in those days, so they had to bury the dead soon. They couldn't get the heavy equipment in there to dig graves, so we had to do it manually.
Now 102, he admits he never thought he'd still be telling his story, but hopes long after he is gone, no one forgets it.
It's a day of infamy. They caught us with our pants down, so to speak, and let's hope it never happens again.
In Tampa, Jennifer Holton, Fox 13 News.
No doubt about that. So after the attack, Mel Smith joined the Navy. He served in New Guinea, China, Korea, and the Philippines, supporting amphibious operations by carrying artillery through the South Pacific.